Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas gathering and celebration, and that joy and community that you felt extends into this upcoming year of 2025. Hello, good morning. So the energy I have with me today is the energy of the ascended, and it's really a very simple thing that's been considered many times before, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. We have a new year coming up, and I'm really curious to see what we manifest as a species. What they said to me this morning is it's important you understand that humanity is interconnected with everything. It's a little deeper than that, is that everything is also interconnected with humanity. A lot of people ask, well, if humanity's influencing and affecting the environment so profoundly, with so much anger and fear and judgment coming out of humanity right now, why is it that the earth hasn't exploded or some terrible thing hasn't happened? Why hasn't the sun micronovaed in reaction to our imbalance in our energy? Because again, we can only live from two energies, either fear or love. And the spectrum of energy that is on either side of that. And the answer they gave me this morning was profoundly, really simple, and I liked it, and it made sense to me. They said the reason that the world hasn't exploded or imploded by humans in their despair and their frustration and their rage and their anger is there are tens of billions of other life forms on this planet. Tens of billions of other life forms on this planet that aren't in fear, that live in the laws of life, that live in harmony with life. Trees, birds, animals, insects, tens of billions of life forms that are still in this state of harmony with life. And that state of harmony counterbalances all of humanity's frustration and anger and fear. And it was such a simple answer, which is really nice to get really simple, straightforward answers, that the other life forms actually create a balance, a check and balance between us and our effects upon life. Mainstream science is beginning to accept the fact that the sun is what is responsible for the changes on this planet. That 95% of the changes that happen on this planet are because of the sun. And the other 5% is because of the life forms that interact here. And the fascinating thing about that to me is they're beginning to recognize it. They're beginning to say, wait a minute, why is the sun ejecting so much solar energy? Sometimes it puts out blasts that would annihilate our planet. A lot of people don't realize that this happens on a pretty regular basis, that the sun will emit blasts of energy. Solar coronal mass ejections is the scientific term for them. And very rarely do they actually impact the planet with any great significance. With the exception of 2003 and 1857, with Carrington event and the one of 2003, we see that the sun can certainly emit strong impulses of energy at Earth and exert a tremendous influence. But the question then, why is it that the sun hasn't completely engulfed Earth with a very destructive energy right now? Why is that? And the answer they gave me is this balance that's happening between humanity and all these other life forms that exist on the planet in harmony with life. They said there's a greater harmony with the natural kingdom than the disharmony that humans are currently propagating on the planet. But we are pretty hopeful that you're going to shift your energy if you begin to understand that you are directly interconnected with everything, and everything is directly interconnected with you. And that unlike the natural creatures of this world, you have a level of free will that they do not. And so you can exert a deliberate and conscious influence over what's going to happen in your lives, and you will still remain balanced to some degree. But that will will potentially come to an end if you go too far down this path of fear. Again, you have the choice and the free will to utilize that choice. Your sun right now is extending gratitude, love, and warmth to you freely. And with that is love and life. And you have a choice to respond in kind or not. Today, there's a channel that I follow called Suspicious Observers on YouTube. It talks about the sun. They're like this, the weathermen of the sun. Ben Davidson is the guy that runs it. And I'm sure he's got other people working with him too. And they know that the sun normally would have more activity based on the way it appears to be, but that's not happening. And the question always comes up, why? And the simple answer is our consciousness, not just the human consciousness, but our consciousness on this planet, all life on this planet, communicates with all life on this planet and beyond. We interact with the sun. We interact with the moon and the stars energetically, and they interact with us. And right now there's a massive parade of sunspots going across the sun right now, and they are very active, but they suddenly become very quiet. Very quiet. And it's odd, it's a very unexpected thing to happen. I'm quoting their words now, Suspicious Observers' words. It's very unexpected that the sun would suddenly stop. But there is a movement of love on this planet as well. In human collective unconsciousness, there's a movement where we begin to return to love individually and collectively. It must be an act of your free will. You can be manipulated electromagnetically now. They can manipulate your mind and your emotions electromagnetically. That can be done now. They can use cellular devices to interact with your mind, and they're doing it all the time, whether you know it or not. iPhones are taking pictures of you every few seconds. A lot of people don't know that. So you can be manipulated electromagnetically by other humans, and you're always being electromagnetically interacted with by the sun, always. The sun never ceases to communicate its life and its love to us. That beautiful ball in the sky that transmits these cosmic rays and gamma rays, and it's very interesting. So they tell me that you have to realize that you are interconnected with everything, and everything's interconnected with you. Keep that in mind. This will be our second last transmission for Shortcuts for 2024. I'll be doing the show tomorrow with my guardian angel John. The meditation tomorrow we do on a weekly basis, and that will be our last transmission for 2024. There will be some interesting events that will be happening on the planet next week as we approach the final days of this year. Get ready for a bit of a light show, I'm told, and I hope you enjoy it, because you need to understand that 2 years ago, when a lot of nonsense was going on, we were told, pay attention for signs in the skies. Not drones, not the things that you see going on now, the chemtrails. No, watch the light in the sky. They said, pay attention to the changes of light in the sky. That's when you start to know things are really going to happen energetically between our planet and other dimensions of consciousness. But that was simply it today, to let you know that you are, no matter what your station in life is, you are interconnected with everything, and everything is interconnected with you. You influence time, space, and matter with your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical actions. And time, space, and matter interact with you through its physical actions. The movement of the stars, the planets, the people, the birds. Everything's affecting everything. I remember once watching a natural show. I can't remember what it was, about 6 years ago, where they talked about how they realized that the massive schools of fish that used to live in the ocean, like massive schools of fish, were partly responsible for sustaining and maintaining the current and the flow of the oceans, the actual movement and rotation of these massive schools of fish. The once great cod stocks all off the eastern seaboard of Canada would contribute to the movement of oceanic currents and changes in the environment. The great herds of buffalo that ran across the plains of North America and migrated and moved around, their movements contributed to the consciousness of this planet. Those voices are all but mostly silenced now, but they still exist in smaller numbers. But everything is interconnected to everything, without exception. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about your family, your loved ones, whether they're in physical form or not, whether your loved ones are in a body or they've left this physical dimension. Keep in mind that you never disconnect and they never disconnect. We simply change the medium of matter that we go through, or energy that we go through. And for me personally, I want to say, again, as we get towards the end of the year, thank you for everybody for supporting the channel and for sharing the messages that come through me. It's really important because the most powerful tool available to humans is information. In our ability to initiate changes, information is really important. You know, how to quiet your mind, how to calm your body, how to live in the present moment. Such simple things. And it's really quite a remarkable time we all live in. The present moment. You can't beat that one, living in the present moment. So the message was very short, just to remember that you're interconnected with everything. Yeah, even that guy lying on the street you see with the bottle, or that guy you see building the palace in the Middle East, or the one dropping the bombs, or the men fighting in the fields, or the mother giving birth. We are all interconnected in such a profound and elegant way. And there are many people that have known about this throughout the ages. Some of them are your creative individuals. And yes. So I like to think sometimes of Star Wars, where they talk about the Force. The Force is in you and all around you. It's between you and the tree and the rock and the bird. And if you can remember that, when you see that man lying on the street, have compassion for him. Transmit your love. You don't have to say a word, but you can just have your thought is a word. Your thought and your emotions affect everything you're interconnected with, just as the thoughts and emotions of everything around you interact with you. It's true. You know, quantum physics is proving it now. Now they know that electrons and atoms can live in two different places at the same time. They can exist in two separate spaces at the same time. Which means there's a unity factor of consciousness that is about to be unlocked. I'm told within the next couple of years, the actual function, understanding of consciousness in relationship to the function of creation is going to begin to be scientifically laid out for us all. So what you're hearing here from them about you're connected to everything and everything's connected to you is going to become an accepted reality. And it's going to determine a lot of what happens to you as you get to determine what happens around you by what you think and feel and believe. Yeah, it's a very fascinating time. Very short message today, but it's a message nonetheless. Thank you so much, Jerusalem. Really appreciate that. Happy New Year to you too when it comes. I've seen what looked like a big bright star disappear in front of me. What was that? You're drawing closer to the light. It's usually how it begins. When you start to really connect to the light within yourself, the phenomena reveals itself to you around you. What is within you is around you. What is within you is around you. So yes, you're getting close to that light. When thine eye becomes single, thy whole body shall fill with light. It's a very profound truth. The statement, I am the light, is a very profound statement. It was the recognition of many ascended masters at the moment of that final crossing over of self-realization, realizing that they are one with all that is. They are one with the Force. Jesus was one with the Force. Yogananda was one with the Force. Buddha, many others became one with that light. And you're on that cusp where you start to see it. You know? You're beginning to see that light. Remember, what's happening around you is happening within you. What's happening within you is happening around you. Wow. Congratulations, Bo, Jerusalem. Hi, Bo. Good to see you. Which phrase? Personal revolution or inner revolution? I get that it's inner revolution, not personal revolution. Because personal, they're saying personal connects to your egoic structure, individuated personality, the nodal apparatus that you use to communicate into this dimension, right? Which is your constructed self from the environment. The ideas and information that got stored in your brain and body through the 5 physical senses, that they themselves are just a structure for you to interact with time, space, and matter. So it's an inner revolution. Yeah, it's wonderful. Hi. I've seen blue orbs around me, 3 circle around me while I was lying in bed. Again, pay attention to orbs. There's going to be seeing, a lot of people are going to be seeing orbs. If you look at them, they're actually potential dimensional nodes. If you look at one and don't try to make anything, just observe it. Because it will respond to you. The minute you look at something, you form an instantaneous and a more intense connection with it. So when you see orbs, don't try to look at them, oh wow, look at those. Focus on one, stay connected to it, and allow that entity to communicate to you in the way that it will. There'll be an exchange of information. The minute you connect to something, just as all of you that came here today, and us coming here to you today, that process, we have a connection. It's obvious through the electromagnetic system of communication, but the same principle applies even when you look at a tree or a bird or an orb. The moment you place your attention upon something, you form an immediate and intimate connection with that something. So when you see these orbs, look closely at it. Feel its energy, its presence. Let it feel your energy and presence. Yeah, there's lots of different high vibrational entities that are coming into this planetary dimension. Again, it counters as nature balances itself out. They've proven this scientifically. They've taken wolves and moose and put them on an island and watched how they naturally began to balance each other out. And the function of fear and the function of love will balance each other out. We're seeing that process happening right now, right? We're shifting from predominantly fear back to predominantly love, and we balance out all the time. We're doing that all the time. Hi, Sonny. I saw the creature jump when I opened my drapes the other day. What was that? There's many different names, but I'm getting that's what you would call a gnome. That's what you would call a gnome. And remember, you'll perceive it at the level that your brain interprets it, unless you're able to differentiate yourself from the information and interpretive apparatus of your mind. That is, when you look at something, your brain will automatically, from the biological perspective and and from the perspective of what you remember, what you've been taught to believe, think, and feel. And so you got to bypass what the mind's immediate reaction is from biology and from your programmed personality, and try to let yourself see it as it naturally is, because gnomes are pretty amazing little creatures when you get to know them. Hi guys. Balance is key. We as a society have to tip over into the unbalance. Yes, we do. May I have a message from my brother, please, and thank you. The words I'm getting is chill chill it down a bit. I don't know why, but that's what he's saying. Chill it down a bit. Like, it's cool. Like, be cool, be cool, be cool. Very strongly, right? Be cool. Relax. Relax. People change when they change. Good morning. Good to see you too. I felt they were my guides. Love came from it. Wonderful. Congratulations. Hi. Any message from my sister? I'm just being shown the image of someone lying on your lap, and she's putting her head down on your lap. And she's just lying there. Yes. She's like lying close to you, like she's very close to you right now, energetically. If you allow yourself, you can feel her love right now. If you allow yourself, if you just open up, you can feel her love right now. Cherished sister are the words that I'm getting from this love that I'm feeling from her. Cherished sister. Not the only sister, but the cherished sister. She's saying this because of the dimensional shift she's in now. So you're interconnected with everything, not just physical things, but energetic things. When people leave the physical dimension, they don't cease to exist. Hi. Yes, your mom will get that new job. She drops her fear around it for sure. Good to see you too. Hi, Sarah. Glad you came by today. Hope things are going really well for you. Yeah, there are different. Remember, our visual perceptual range. Okay, the visual receptors in your eyes can only see a certain bandwidth, and there are life forms that are just outside that bandwidth of your eyes' normal perception of light. Right? Even in our modern military organizations and others have developed types of technology that will bypass the eye's perceptual apparatus, and people can appear invisible to you. So there are many dimensions that you cannot see with your eyes and cannot hear with your ears, because there are frequencies of sound that your ears can't hear, and there are beings that speak and communicate on those frequencies. But your soul, if you can learn to differentiate between your physical body's perceptions of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, and open up your non-physical senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, you can literally tune into these different levels of beings and entities that exist all around us. In some sciences, they say that they live in a different, again, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a physicist, but a different phase than your body does, or your awareness does. They're out of phase. Thank you so much. Hi. Nobody's lost. Yes, there are very different dimensions, and science is about to start blowing them open in the next couple of years. Any message from Jesus for me, please? Thanks. Yeah, he came through on Wednesday. If you want, go back and look at the Wednesday's transcription. That message is for you. So last Wednesday, Master Jesus gave a message about peace. I highly encourage you to go watch that on my YouTube channel under my live video section on my channel, and receive what he gave, because the vibration of it remains in the video. And I hope you do take that in. It was quite an amazing moment for me too. Thank you so much. Drusilla, a question. I went the entire day on Christmas without any pain. What is happening to me? Well, all your hard efforts are starting to pay off, Drusilla. All of your hard efforts are beginning to pay off. Remember, when you feel physical pain, do not deny it. A lot of people try to suppress or deny or defer their perception of pain, and it actually prolongs and extends the discomfort. And when they taught me that, they said that you have to understand, when there's pain, you need to not avoid it. You need to go into it, because it's the body's way of telling you that it needs something that it's not getting, or it's getting something that it doesn't need. But your hard effort at staying in a state of love is now beginning to pay off, Drusilla. Congratulations. It's wonderful. Glad to hear that. Yeah. Anyone trying to send you a message? Yes, Robin. I'm getting a being by the name of Dave that wants to send you a message. He's been trying to send you a message. He wants you to hear it. Oh, you're very, very welcome. Yeah. If you want, again, when you ask a question, you only get that question. We just don't have the time to do full readings here. However, you can go to my website and book a reading by clicking on the Linktree link below my Linktree profile on my YouTube, my TikTok channel, or in the description box below any of my live videos. You'll see the Linktree link. Click there. You can make a donation to the channel. You can also book a reading or check out our masterclass series. And our new masterclass series is going to have an amazing set of circumstances for people. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Please ask Jesus what I need to know right now. He says the only thing you need to know right now is love. If you know love, then you shall have all else added onto you. Know this. Know this one thing. Love. Wow. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate it. Yes, I still do $10 email questions. Somebody just asked that. Yeah. So if you want, go to the Linktree link below my descriptions on my YouTube channel. By the way, we're almost at 3,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. We're about 91 people away from 3,000. And today is the 6th year that my YouTube channel has been running. It's very fascinating. 6 years that this channel's been actually running the way it's been running. I just received a notification today. So for all of you that have been with me since the beginning, thank you so much. And thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Yeah, use the Linktree link in my TikTok bio or below any of my videos on YouTube, or just go to, yeah, that's the best way. Or you can go book a reading at my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Hi. You're welcome. You're doing healing work. Yes, we are all doing healing work in one way. Thank you so much. I'm really happy about that. 6 years today. Can I trust my discernment towards people? Sophie, if you're having issues with discernment, sign up for our Masterclass 101. If you're having issues with discernment, if you're wanting to connect to your guides and your angels, if you're wanting to connect to your loved ones, then sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. And you can do that, again, click the Linktree link, or you can go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Our next 101 Masterclass begins the March the 1st. So you want to take full advantage of that. And you'll learn how to shift your emotion. You begin to activate your other faculties, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. So yes, you want to learn to activate your deeper sensitivities and leverage them, because there's a part of you that can know answers all the time, and you do all the time. Everybody knows right away. There's a part of you that knows instantly whether something is true or false. There's a part of you that knows instantly whether something is good for you or not good for you. There's a part of you that knows everything that you need to know in the moment if you become sensitive enough to hearing, feeling, seeing, and knowing what's inside you. Your body, there's a science called muscle testing, created by a gentleman named Dr. David Hawkins, who wrote a wonderful book called Power versus Force. And he articulated that even your body can tell you what's good for you and what's not good for you, what's right and not right for you. Keep that in mind. Thank you, Drusilla, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Question: growing up, sun was either yellow, orange, or red-ish, but these days it's white. Why is that? Thank you, Luba. Great question. And the answer that I've been given, because I've asked that exact same question, the answer I was given about why the sun is white today is simple. That the sun is receiving highly charged energy right now. If you look at in scientific terms, the sun and the earth are capacitors at different levels of receiving and storage. And the sun is building up more and more energy. It's receiving energy from the central galactic sun, and it's receiving energy from the earth, right? And from all humanity and all the different planets. There's interaction. Everything is interconnected. So the sun is a capacitor and is storing a lot of energy, and that's changing its color. If you look at a light bulb, before a light bulb, if you put too much power through a light bulb, the filament will go from the spectrum of the lighter oranger colors to a brighter whiter color as the intensity of the electricity inside feeding the system gets too high. So right now the sun is receiving a significant amount of energy, and it's got nowhere to go right now because humanity is in resistance. And the reason humanity is in resistance is because it's in fear. And a lot of what's going on the planet illustrates that. War, famine, poverty, which are all absolutely unnecessary. Just those are products of greed and ignorance and what classical religions would call sin or evil, right? So right now, humanity is not receiving love. It's broadcasting more fear than love. And the sun he's got nowhere to give its love, right? And everybody's being told to stay away from the sun, block the sun, get away from it. You're being told to resist it. So how can it give to you if you're putting stuff on the body that doesn't receive it? It's like you go to give somebody a gift and they say, no, I don't want the gift. Right? Now you're left holding all these gifts, right? So yeah, you want to spend time in the sun. Go out and take its love in. Take the love of the sun in. Really. The sun is a sentient being, right? It's just in a different structure of life than what you call your life. But yeah, that's what's basically going on in a nutshell. Thanks for that question, Luba. Really great question. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, 6 years on YouTube today. I think we're about 1 or 2 years on TikTok. But yeah, your discernment, that's a good question too. I thought Michael was my divine partner. He has completely withdrawn and I feel so disrespected. Amy, do not get caught up in your suffering. Be open and receptive to what is right for you. Allow change to happen for you. Nothing is happening against you. If you can get to that understanding, wow, the next step will be very exciting. Be open and receptive to love. Don't let that love be expected to come from a specific individual, but be open and receptive to love. Like the Ascended said, it was a very brief message. You're connected to everything, and everything's connected to you. So if you are connecting to love inside yourself, then it stands for you're going to connect to that around you. Around you will respond to that. So I wouldn't be too concerned, Amy. Like literally become open and receptive to love. If you expect it to come from one person or one place or one thing, you could be disappointed. Love should come from within you, because that is your true source and nature is love. Love is what you are. Love is what you are. Remember that. And remember that. Connect to that. Watch what happens around you. Going to the Holy Word is the only way to understanding perfect truth, which creates power of discernment. That's true. What is the Holy Word? The Holy Word is love. The Holy Word is joy. The Holy Word is peace. They're very holy words, right? Can you feel my energy right now? Yes. Yes, I can. Should I give Bill another chance, or is no change with him? Yeah. Hi, Rose. Good to see you. Listen, it's so important you understand that when you are moving towards greater joy, greater love, being your best self, honoring your body, cherishing your mind, being very creative and kind and respectful, what you connect to and become, you connect to and become. If things are changing in the world around you, people coming and going and you don't know why, look inside. If you're moving towards fear, then your world is changing and will become more fearful. If you're moving towards love, your world will change and move towards more love. People will come and go in your life according to your faith, your love, or your fear. It is very simple. Your emotions orchestrate the conditions of your life. Emotions are a creative substance of consciousness that organizes matter. Emotion is the fifth state of energy. If you understand that, then keeping yourself in a state of profound respect and love to the body, to the mind, to what you say and do to others, will naturally result in you connecting to and integrating with individuals of the same frequency. Birds of a feather literally flock together. So do not be afraid. If you are changing your mind from fear to greater love, then your world will change from fear to greater love. Be patient and allow the process to unfold for you. All of you, allow the process to unfold for you. If you're making this movement from anger and judgment, fear, sadness, guilt, and shame, if you're making the movement in consciousness away from these aspects of being, well, then you will begin to observe very profound changes that will correspond to this movement in your consciousness, including people leaving and including people coming, events and circumstances, opportunities that will naturally be the dynamic dance of your movement in consciousness from fear to love. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you for that super sticker. Really appreciate it. Yeah, for the dog, put hydrogen peroxide on it. I'm being told to tell you that right now. Start putting hydrogen peroxide on it and watch it fizzle, and just keep applying hydrogen peroxide on it at one spot. Keep doing that. That's what I'm told to tell you. Hi. How can I heal my chronic breathing issue? Sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. We've had people that have had depression, anxiety, physical dysfunctions, chronic pain in their knees and back, and these things get healed by and through the Ascended Masters that channel through me during the courses and the work that we do with our other instructors as well. I highly encourage you. There's nothing wrong with your breath. Your breath is sacred. If you place your hands to your chest even now, if you place your hands to your chest right now, and as you breathe, you say, I am grateful for this breath. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No matter how your breath is at this moment, place your hands here and say, I am grateful for this breath. I am grateful for this breath. Go deeply into being truly grateful for the breath that you have, not the breath you do not have. Be grateful for what you have, and you shall not be denied its reward of gratitude. But do that right now. Place your hands over your chest and be grateful for the breath that you have. Speak and think those words with great sincerity. I am grateful for the breath that I have. Do this, and you shall see a difference immediately if you're sincere in your application of the suggestion. And then we would encourage you to come and join us and go deeper into the process of your own creative capabilities as a spiritual entity, not simply a biological organism, which is merely something you use to articulate your expression in a physical dimension. That is what your body is. That's correct. Hi, guys. Good morning, Con. Hope you had a great Christmas. It's a safe journey down there. Love you, and Rita, thank you so much for all your support. Really appreciate it. Can you please tell me if I'm moving to this apartment I've been praying for? Well, if you've been praying for it in all sincerity, then you are moving towards it. But do not be attached to the way it will come about. Because sometimes you can pray for something and it may not come about the exact way you want to, but if you understand the function of prayer, which is simply initiating a flow of energy to induce consciousness or spirit or God, whatever you want to call it, to react and respond to you. You're doing it all the time. When I say to the body, go over there, pick up that glass of water, the consciousness of my body is doing what I ask it to do. It's moving this glass around. Yes, you will get the apartment that you're praying for. Make certain that your prayer is of gratitude. How grateful you are for your prayer answered now. I am so grateful that this has come to pass. And let the prayer live in you that it will be born in your world. Let your prayer live in you that it may be born into the world. Wow. Hi. Hi, good to see you. Thank you, Bogi. My questions out. Thank you for that super chat. Recently, I was on vacation and I did picture on it to orbs, blue and purple. What could it be? That was Archangel Michael and Master Saint Germain's energy working with you at that time. That was Archangel Michael and Master Saint Germain's energy working with you at that time. So I'd be very curious to know what you're doing at that time, because they don't show up unless there's something. They won't physically manifest unless there's something really important. Hi. Hi, thank you for following. I appreciate it. How come my energy was good? I was manifesting a beautiful desire, but I got the opposite result. Again, if you think that was the result, then you're in error. You didn't get the result. If your prayers will live and die in you, therefore they will live and die in the world through you. If you're attached to how it's supposed to be or should be, you could be disappointed. The way in which a manifestation occurs is wholly dependent upon your ability to sustain and maintain the vision of your prayer in your own heart. Let the prayer of that which you desire to remain in your heart, even in the face of that which would discount it appearances-wise around you. That is, something occurs around you that does not reflect what is in your heart. You simply say, but that which is in my heart is still to come to pass. Do not relinquish your love and your gratitude for your prayer. Many of you do that. You pray for a thing, you expect it a certain way, and it doesn't happen the expected way, and you surrender, giving your prayer the life that it deserves. Keep the vibration of your prayer alive in your heart. Do not be attached to how you think it is supposed to be in the world, for the way it is in your heart is the way it will be in the world, and the way it is in your heart is the way it is in your world right now. Keep your prayer of greatness, of joy, of fulfillment, of happiness. Fill your heart with your love and your joy at your prayer fulfilled. Have no concern about its day of delivery to you, but simply remain open to the truth that your prayer, if it lives in you, it shall be born in the world, in accordance with your faith or the quality of the vibration of your prayer. That is what you believe about it, what you feel about it, what you think about it. Your prayer shall be born accordingly into the world, and it always is. And the function of doubt can cancel the effects of a prayer very easily. You may have faith as a grain of mustard seed, and you may also have doubt as a grain of mustard seed. Both will produce after their own kind. So keep your faith in your prayer strong. Let it be unwavering, that it will be answered in kind. Well, thank you for the super sticker, Jasmine, and I appreciate that. Yeah, high 3% hydrogen peroxide, that's awesome. Yeah, use that regularity. You'll start to see changes. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for those of you on TikTok. It's hard. It's not hard. It's just I haven't adapted my body and brain to perceive all the little gifts and hearts and stars and things that you guys put out. Thank you so much, because they do tell the algorithm to push this message out to more people. And it certainly needs, more people need these messages. More people need to understand that you're not just a body, you're not just a mind, you're a spiritual entity called a soul, living in a material medium through a mind and a body, but you're not your mind, you're not your body. People need to know the truth of who they are. They need to know. We all do. Hi, Lisa, welcome. I have to go. I'm going to practice my channeling. Go ahead, Lisa, have a lot of fun with that. Congratulations. Thank you, William. I simply admired the beach and the ocean tranquility. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I love it too. Hi. Hi, first time. Do you have any advice for me? Ruti, yeah, let go of that anxiousness. Like, I'm being told to tell you this, to learn to sit in the center of the lotus. Learn to sit in the center of the lotus. Now, the lotus, I'm being told to tell you this, the lotus is the place where you place the mind and body aside. And you go within where there's no thought, no memory, no anticipation. And you remain there until the lotus blossoms. Remain in the stillness till the lotus blossoms. That's cool. Well, it's another wonderful day on planet Earth. Tomorrow we have our meditation segment, and it will be the last live event of 2024 for Shortcuts for Your Soul. I will be not doing the show on Monday and Wednesday of next week, so I will be joining you after tomorrow. I'll be joining you next Friday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. So I'll be seeing you guys in the new year. Yeah, well, there's lots of that happening. That's a great idea. It's difficult to keep up your frequency when the circumstances are against you. But this is the whole point. There's nothing against you. You need, listen, Jesus did it on the cross, okay? We all know this. He had to stay, and this was his goal. When he was being prosecuted and tortured and beaten and crucified, his only goal was to remain in love. Period. That was his goal, to stay in love. That he could completely 100% transcend all human fear. And you need to learn to do the same thing when it comes to your dreams and your goals and the things you want to manage. You need to stay focused and entrenched in their fulfillment. Because Jesus was to fulfill his will to become one with God, to literally become one with the divine, and he's achieved that. If anywhere along the line he had been angry or upset or disappointed or sad or mournful while he was going through that process, if he had not remained in love from start to finish, he would not have made the journey. He would not have completed his journey into the self-realization he was seeking. You have to understand that even though things seem against you, remain in love's grace. And it can be really hard sometimes. I know, because we're all not perfect in that regard. We all have moments where we just want to say, screw it all. We all have moments like that. And in those moments, you got to surrender that and say, oh, wait a minute, there's something greater that works through me. And I'm going to trust that. Sometimes you have to use that function of language in your brain. No matter how it appears, something greater is unfolding. But you need to stay really true to the vibration of your vision, whatever that is. Whatever that is. Who is the white light ball appearing for me? I got Gabriel right as soon as I heard that. Before I turn the light on and shows itself at the foot and under the blankets when I do energy work. It's Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel trying to talk to you. Thank you, Danielle, for that super chat. Appreciate it. Good morning, Bridget. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. You're very welcome. Whatever it is, homies. Yeah, whatever it is. Why did I think pain? Thank you for that beautiful heart and hands. Why did I think pain was hard in my left, but since a hard massage in my right, I suffered huge pain? Well, usually when you're doing massage work, massage therapists are not just loosening muscles up. And a lot of people don't understand this, that a lot of massage releases emotional energy that's stored in your muscle system. Because people, generally speaking, store emotion in their body, especially when they can't process it, especially at young, very young ages, between ages 0 and like age 6. Children don't know how to process emotion the way that some adults can. So they store it in their bodies. Most adults go through the day being frustrated, annoyed, angry, watching shows that cause fear, being entertained by violence and aggression, and that emotion gets stored in the body, and it will create actual tensions. People that have anger will have certain expressions on their face. People that are depressed or sad will have certain expressions in their body, certain posturings, and that's living in their body. So if you're going to a massage therapist and you're getting a massage, remember there's going to be emotional release, not just the liberation of tension from the muscles. There's emotional energy stored in your body. And there's emotional energy stored in all of our bodies. And you need to learn how to release those emotions out of the body in natural, healthy ways. And again, exercising properly, eating properly, drinking good water, getting lots of sunshine. There are ways that you can reduce the emotional energy from staying pooled in the body. And you can also sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation, which is a course designed specifically to help people release old emotions out of their body and from their mind, so you don't have to carry them around anymore in the flesh. So a lot of people carry around a lot of painful emotions in their bodies. Don't need to do that. Yes, that's a very good thought too. You're very, very welcome, darling. Solar gazing mantra, do it twice a day. Yeah, sun gazing is a real thing. If you're going to go sun gazing, look it up online, check it out, the process. You should start off with a very small amount of sun gazing, and it's usually done at the sunset or sunrise. And you want to look at the sun when it's at its lower end of the spectrum until you've trained your body to do that again. Just like you can train your body to walk across fire. You can train your body to not be punctured by knives. You can train your body to lie on a bed of nails. You can train your body to not freeze to death in the cold. You can train your body to not dehydrate. Your body can be trained to do a lot of different things when you understand the mechanics of your consciousness and relationship to it. Will my yelling turn to a motivation? Well, yelling, depending upon the nature and quality of the words that you're using or the emotion you're using, you can cause different things. Question, is Mount Kailash a pyramid, holy mountain of access for ETs? Well, it certainly is a holy place. I'm being told not to say anything else about it. But I'm just told to say that it's a holy place. I'll leave it at that. They're telling me not to say anything else. Why did I... Yes, we got that. Hello. Well, he did do it for love. Yes, Jesus has reincarnated in a different body at this time. He's actually on the planet, but not as that being that he was identified as in that lifetime. But in that lifetime, he mastered love. He literally mastered love. 100%. And I can barely stub my toe without getting a little annoyed, right? He went through a horrific process. And through the whole process, he remained in love's grace. Even though his body was screaming in pain and going through terrible things, he remained in a state of love and grace towards everybody involved. That was his goal, to be able to cross over from life to love, right? It's a very fascinating thing. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, you should, Christy, offer the treatments. I'm being told to tell you to do a little bit more research on its use and the function of intention behind the tool you're going to use. Because one thing to use a tool to heal somebody, but it's also important to understand the function of your intention when you use a tool for healing. Whether you're using sound baths or whether you're using light frequencies, understanding that your intention is a huge factor in the process of healing, whether you're a massage therapist or a Chinese medicine expert or a Qigong master or an acupressure person. Intention is essential in the function of healing. The devices and tools in and of themselves have limited capabilities, but your intention makes it far more superior than it of itself would be. Wow, that's cool. Now, I don't know if I'll see all of you guys on before New Year's. Some of you I'll see tomorrow. Some of you I will see next Friday. But I will wish all of you a really happy New Year. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. Hi. I will sign up for the masterclass. Please do. It will change your life. We've had people that have had clinical depression for decades, debilitating. And when you learn to understand the simple nature of your body, the simple nature of your mind, the power of your awareness to affect and influence your mind and your body. They don't teach it in schools. And most therapies that are in the planet right now only deal with the body mind as the individual. They think you are your body. They think you are your mind. Therefore, if they change your body or chemically alter it, that get rid of your physical pain or your physical symptoms, that they've cured the problem. They haven't. They've suppressed it further. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the master classes. Please, not only will it be life-changing, it will be life-empowering for you and for those you love too. Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. The Toth channel, very nice. I transmit a lot of peace. Thank you. It's what we're all here to do, isn't it? Well, I shouldn't say that. What I need to say is you get to choose whether you're going to be a function of love or a function of fear. You get to decide. You know, some people decide I'm going to be a function of love, and they do. Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, many other beings that have learned to function and live from love by choice. You know, Babaji, Yogananda, Joan of Arc, many beings that chose, the angels and archangels chose to be the expression of love. And there are beings that have chosen to be the expression of fear. Genghis Khan, Hitler, many of these other beings have chosen to be expressions of fear. And very fascinating with that choice. That's your choice. That's the one choice that you cannot escape making while you're in a physical dimension. You get to choose either love or fear. Love or fear, one or the other. That's okay, Drusilla. We love you. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you so much. I'll tell Norma that you wished her a happy New Year too. Yeah. Yeah, Norma's my soul partner in this journey. Yeah, a man can never underestimate the power of a good, strong, compassionate, godly woman in your life. You know, find a woman that knows and believes in the power of love and the power of God, and you will have it. As from a male perspective. From a female perspective, it would be the other way around. That hopefully you find a man that knows and believes in the power of love and the power of God, and lives from that. You know, people don't realize that God is an actual consciousness that exists in all of us. And a lot of people negate it. And I hope, thank you for that appreciation for Norma, because she's that very God-possessed woman that I get to spend the rest of this biological lifetime with. It's quite a delight. I've been told many times that I am chosen, but I seem to fail to see my spiritual purpose. Sign up for our master classes. You'll find your purpose pretty darn quick. You know, we've had some wonderful people in our class that were in very, very different places than you could ever imagine. The darkest places you could imagine being. personally, that were able, through the knowledge and wisdom they were given by the Ascended Masters, lift themselves up. Now they're out helping others to focus on and cultivate love in your mind and in your heart and your body. You know, your body's a divine instrument. Learn to love it, care about it, take care of it. Drusilla said, courses are amazing. They got me moving again. Yeah, Drusilla, she had difficulty with her knees for a while, and now she couldn't walk at one point in time very well, and now she's out and about every day. Right? Thank you, Drusilla, for sharing that. Do it only in golden hour sun. That's correct. The first hour of the day and the last hour of the day. Okay, I'm going to put you in a timeout, buddy. You're just spamming too much, okay? So we're going to just, hang on. Mute. Okay, there we go. Just going to mute you for 5 minutes. Okay. We don't take kindly to spam. It takes away from what other people want to share as well. Hi. I think we're all caught up now. How do you find your purpose? You've got to remember who you are first and foremost, not who you've been conditioned to think you are. Most people, you have to understand, most people have been trained into believing you are a somebody. And to know your true purpose, you have to remember that you're nobody. And by that, I mean you have to differentiate between who you are, who you've been taught to believe you are, and your physical organism. Your mind and body are simply instruments. To know your purpose, you might not have been given it as a personality. You were told to be this and think this and do this by your environment. And 90% of the time, people are not given the information about who you really are. You're given the information about who people think you should be. And so you grow up thinking, I should be this, I should be that, and never finding happiness. And it's because you're so attached to what you've been told to think about yourself, told to believe about yourself. And so you don't remember who you are. And if you don't remember who you are, how can you know what you're here for? You can't. So you must learn to differentiate yourself from the contents of your mind and the influences and effects of your physical biology. In other words, you have to awaken. Sign up for Masterclass 101, Awakening. Awaken your soul to the realization you're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. You're not your memories. You're not your body. You have these, and they are instruments to implement by you in creation. Remember that. You're not your body. You're not your thoughts. You're not your memories. You are a soul. And when you remember who you are, you'll come to understand what your function and purpose is. And there's only two choices you have about it. Your function is either going to be a function of love or a function of fear. Your purpose is either to live from love or to live from fear. That is the function. How you execute that purpose is going to be unique to you. Anyway, I'm going to say to everybody, thank you so much for coming out today. And again, thank you for supporting the channel. This is our 6th year on YouTube. And for all you guys, my subscribers and followers on YouTube, thank you so much. To all the students and others that support the channel, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to year number 7 next year. And those of you on TikTok, we've been at this for about 2 years with you guys. I'm so grateful. And we've had some wonderful things happen. We brought guests on live. We'll be doing that again this coming year, bringing people on live and having them tell their stories and having healings happen, because we've had those happen on TikTok live as well. And I want to wish you all much love. For those of you that I'll see tomorrow at the 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the meditation segment of the weekly show. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And those of you that I won't see tomorrow, I want to wish you much love. A happy, a joyful new year. May you be surrounded by love, joy, compassion, and your dreams being fulfilled in this year. I wish that for each and every one of you. And have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. And I will see you guys tomorrow.